Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. It finally launched. I'm not happy right now with this stuff at all, but whatever. I'll whatever it for the moment. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Maybe I'll just bitch a little bit. Restream's getting a little ridiculous. It's been acting up all week and I'm a little over it. Like I'm so not in the mood today for it to act up. California Wings, welcome in. Tricio, welcome in. I guess y'all can hear me. Thank you, Tricio, for letting me know. Welcome in, everybody. I'm glad y'all like the new intro music. I got a little bored with the coffee in the morning, and we don't always roll in the morning, so people who come in new may go, what are they doing? It's nighttime. So anyway, got us a new intro song. We all seem to like it around here. It fits morning, noon, or night, right? We still have our other one saved to use when we want to. Welcome into my mod team. Thank you for being here. Guys, it's a somber feeling, right? We know that this deadline is looming. It is 4 p.m. in Tucson, Arizona. Well, 4:12. It's 5:12 for me. And we have a new video that was posted from Savannah Guthrie. A little bit different language than what we heard from yesterday's video, right? Where it sounded like, well, what are you saying, ma'am? Very not, I won't even call it cryptic because there's no cryptic messaging. It was just like a direct message. They were speaking to somebody specific and not us, right? Which we understand that. But today's message was a little different, and a lot of because today I haven't watched anybody's content. I just kind of like just not. It's like overwhelming. But when I did review some of the content, they're all out there saying the same things that we're saying, feeling the same way we're feeling, right? It's like it doesn't take a genius to figure some of this out. But we all got that impression with that last video, what's going on here, right? And then today we get this one. Yeah, Rachel, our hearts are just heavy, right? Today we feel like, okay, well, maybe Miss Nancy's still alive. Maybe there's still a chance, you know? But what's being done to recover her, right? What's being done to get Miss Nancy back? I think that's the biggest question I want to know. And I'm tired of these cops coming out with their word salad. I'm tired of people telling me, well, don't you understand? They got to keep it close to the vest. Well, I've been following true crime for 40 years. I think I clearly understand. I think most people can, right? I get sick of people coming out here and treating us like we're children or treating us like we don't know anything. That stuff is, I can't with that shit. Pammy, there you are. Email me, girl. saltysleuth@gmail.com. Drop me a line because I want to talk to you about something. If you don't mind. It's nothing bad. Hey, Joy, welcome in. Welcome in. All right, guys, we're going to take a look at Savannah's latest video. I don't want to pull up it on the Instagram here on this. I don't even have it on my PC, so we're gonna watch it from a news clip. Everything should flow. We got good internet. I don't know what the Restream's just being a fool. It's tempting me, and don't tempt me because I'll turn my back on you and walk off that quick. I'll be trying to find me a new platform tonight. Don't make me have to go learn that stupid StreamYard again. They want me to pay them to talk, and Restream doesn't make me pay them to talk, and I talk a lot, so it's financially it's better to stick at Restream because I'm not 20 hours for free talk on StreamYard. Otherwise, you got to pay for it, and I don't have it like that. I don't make money like that. So let's go see if we can pull up this video. We normally have pretty good luck with Restream, so I won't hate on it too bad, but I'll tell you what, when it doesn't want to launch or work right, it's so aggravating. So I do got to get a backup. I guess I'll have to figure out StreamYard again for the backup, right? Cooking and listening. All right, thank you, Simi. I know it's probably that time of day. A lot of you are winding down from your day. I call it round two. Back when I was still a mama with young ones and the dogs and all the things, it's ding, 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 round two, right? Supper, baths, bed, all the things. Round three is mama time. Got it. We got it, don't we? or daddy time. Daddies can raise the babies too. How about couple? Those are y'all that are coupled up. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, we know what couple time means. Y'all don't make no more than babies now. They're a handful. Are y'all having good weather? I heard there's still some pretty severe cold weather out there going around. I don't pay attention much to the weather unless someone tells me something bad is coming. I'm like, oh, really? Let me go look. Oh, shit, it's going to be cold. All right, let me pull up the video here with something just dropped on Nancy Grace, like literally before we went live, and I could not help myself. I had to listen for a second, and I was like, whoa, 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 Nancy Grace, what are you about to tell me? So we might do a live reaction to that here in a little bit after we get some Miss Nancy stuff out of the way. Y'all know Koberger can fucking shelf it, right? He ain't going nowhere, maybe. Chicken, fried steak, and mashed potatoes, semi-sharp. Girl, you and Butterfly, Louisiana and Texas, y'all are constantly making good food, and me down here in North, I'm too far from y'all just to hop in the car and run on down there. Oh damn, that video I've been trying to upload for 10 minutes just uploaded. I'm doing highlights from the press conference, the 2 press conferences of the word salad we've been given. Some interesting things that were said, and I wanted to have it ready for the show, but well, that one's ready, but it could take me all day to do one 10-minute video and edit it and just to get it uploaded. All right, let's get to this. This is more important. Let me get it to where we need it. Okay. Let me get the screen up here. And thank all of you who've been coming in and unpacking this case with us as it's been unfolding all week long. I've done the best I could keeping up with all the updates as they come down. The mods have been helping me with that. Y'all have been tuning in and chiming in on the conversation, and I appreciate that because right now there's a lot of people covering this, and everybody has their take and their view. Of course, we all want to go see what the pros are thinking, and so I appreciate y'all coming in here and chilling with me while we take a look at all this. And remember, we true crime all the time, not just some days.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt.
My sister, brother, and I. I would love to know what she's really thinking. What if their brother-in-law is completely innocent and they know that? Like, I don't know how they would know that, but just think, what if in the back in their minds they know that, right? In their minds that's what they think. I don't know what to think.
Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help.
We believe our mom is still out there, but she didn't say we believe our mom is still alive. We're going to watch the whole thing again, and I won't interrupt it. Pammy, I don't know that Cameron's married or even been married and divorced. I didn't look into him like that, but I know he's a fighter pilot, right? Ruth Ann, I noticed in your comments, so thank you for joining us on your phone, and tell your pops happy birthday from all of us in this, well, I don't even know what to call us, in your true crime community. Your friends say hello and happy birthday.
Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson. If you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation.
Trying to decode it, because you know the FBI has not, they're fucking filming it, right? Okay, we'll get back. Let me process. I'll play it in its entirety. Let me do that. Let me start it over. I'll let it play in its entirety, and then we'll all give our thoughts. Y'all know I got thoughts, and I'll be interrupting my own thoughts with my other thoughts. Time for me to mute out and hush.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers, and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
That video just posted moments ago from Savannah Guthrie comes as a search for her mom, Nancy Guthrie, now stretches into its 9th day. Investigators are focusing on a deadline for a Bitcoin ransom by someone claiming to be her kidnapper.
Okay, so hour of desperation. We need your help. And it doesn't matter where you are in the country, even if you're outside of Arizona. Does the FBI feel like this is real? Would they allow the family to come out and put these videos out if they felt like those ransom notes were fake? Is it because they can't prove they're fake yet? Because, you know, this hidden IP address. The fact that they can't even find who sent them to verify if they're fake or not is a huge red flag. So if there's like a network of people involved, and don't think for a second there can't be, anybody in the country might have information. You know what? My sketchy brother's friend, who comes and goes, you know, just different random things. People who work underground, you know, that supply all the fake IDs and the body organs, they could be sitting at home watching this and have a little bit of a conscience. You know, that one guy that I'm always getting those passports for, hey, who knows? If she could tug at the heartstring of that individual who might have a little bit of empathy in them, thinking about their own mama, they might make that call anonymously. And there we got a whole damn country full of nefarious actors working underground all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. And if we don't think that really happens, we are living with our heads in the clouds. Like, we can do a whole show on stuff like that. We certainly can. Okay, as far as Sarah, welcome in, Sarah. Did they pay the $6 million? Now we're going to look at a piece that Harvey Levin put out a little bit ago on TMZ. Now remember, Harvey has claimed to see one of the ransom letters. He received the same one that the other two affiliates received. Apparently, because you have to have the wallet number. There has to be a cryptocurrency wallet for any cryptocurrency. I don't care if it's Bitcoin, ETH, what you're dealing with, Doge, you got to have a wallet. It's a cryptocurrency wallet. There's a long number, a series of numbers and letters attached. I have 3, so I know what I'm talking about. It's going to be hard for you to trace it back to me. You can trace it back to my online profile on my OpenSea account, and wherever my wallets are connected. That you can see what's in my wallets, right? So Harvey, apparently these people gave a wallet number in those letters, or in the original ransom notes, or when they demanded the cryptocurrency. And so Harvey claims they've checked that crypto wallet and there's been nothing deposited in that wallet. Now, could the other station, remember that other second letter came in to K-Gun again, but Harvey didn't get a letter that time? Did they supply a different crypto wallet currency number now that Harvey's out here running amok? Did they expect that to happen? They should have known it was TMZ, right? But the other stations didn't publish it right away until after he did. So they could have sent another. Anyway, we'll show you the video that he said. So as of now, that wallet they apparently sent, and I don't know the wallet number, or I could go look for myself. Yeah, no activity so far. Oh, thank you. Am I cool? Y'all are cool. We're a cool community. I found my peeps. I found my tribe. They found me, and yeah. And we're growing, and we appreciate those who are coming in and chilling with us. We are noticing new names and coming into the chat, and we appreciate y'all for coming in. All right, let me pull up the piece on what or after the first deadline. What are you talking about? Any chance they could have changed it? Well, that's what I mean, the butterfly. We don't know. They apparently have had no direct communication with this alleged kidnapper, only the TV stations. So that's what I'm saying. That second communication that came out, Harvey didn't even see that, right? Not unless somebody's shown him. So when the second one came out, did they supply a second wallet number for the money to go in that Harvey don't know about? And that's what I'm wondering. So we'll pull up that piece where Harvey's talking. Harvey seems to know a lot, just like Ashley Banfield and all the rest of them. So I won't knock him too hard. It's just so funny to me being my age and remembering Harvey and Ashley and Nancy and all these people before they are who they are now. It's like, wow. Before the TMZ, before the Nancy Gray, before Drop Dead Serious and all this shit. It's wild. Like, when I sit and think about it, I'm like, damn, I'm getting old. It's not cool. Well, actually, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm not that lady. Like, when I turned 30 and 40, I'm like, it didn't even freaking faze me. 50, whatever. I got 60 coming up, and I'm not feeling any type of way about it. I just hope my body holds up. That number is shit. I don't care about that number. My body might, but I don't. All right, Harvey, where are you? Come here with your breaking news. His thumbnail said breaking news. Okay. And I have not trolled Twitter all day, and y'all, my mind is so tired. Back to cooking. Semi-sharp. I'm so guilty of this. I can be in the kitchen cooking and listening to a live stream at the same time, and I'm stopping and commenting, and I'm like back and forth. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to cook my food. Can y'all? I need to pay attention. All right. You know what was worse for me? Trying to drive and listen to a live stream, and you'll want to comment, but you can't because you'll crash the car. And if it's that important, you got to pull over. Pray for a long red light when you really don't want to sit at a long red light, but you need to for a second to get your comment in. Y'all be safe out there. Good Lord. Oh, please. It ain't worth it. Put the phone down. Just listen. Comment out loud and get it out of your system. That helps. Trust me.
At least what Savannah Guthrie seems to be telegraphing in her latest Instagram post. She says she, meaning Nancy, is feeling these prayers. So she believes Nancy is still out there. And
yes, Joy, Pammy's correct. We have not seen proof of life come back. Now, they asked for proof of life in that first video, and then they got that response about this is how, and allegedly that second response says, here's how you'll know it's us, and then boom, we see investigators back out there, and then they're back out there again poking around with sticks in holes. What was the second letter about? What all did it contain? Apparently, because I don't know that it contained proof of life, honestly, because then we got that other video from the family where it seemed very somber that like they had gotten communication about her, but somehow it felt like they got proof she wasn't alive, but yes, we got her. That's what that felt like. And today it feels like no more communications come from these people. That's what it feels like. Now we're desperate and we need your help. Because now there's no communication since we just want her back to celebrate. Oh my God. If you're the kidnapper and it's legit and something went totally south and poor Miss Nancy did not survive, and you tell the family, I cannot provide you that proof of life because this is what happened, and they come out with a video saying, we understand, but we want her back and we're willing to pay, is the kidnapper going to cut their losses and tail on out of town? Or are they going to play ball because they're money-hungry bastards? Fuck.
the other thing that seems clear is they have reached a...
Or is it all a freaking hoax because somebody else really did it and is dumb enough to think, well, I can fake a kidnapping and that'll get their eyes off of me? If it was that damn simple, why hasn't the FBI made that arrest yet? Because that seems pretty freaking simple to me, to know if old Tomboy did anything or not.
dead end with
I'm getting
whoever
mad.
took her
Shit.
mother. She says that we believe our mom is out there. We need your help. This is Monday, and the deadline is today at 5 o'clock Tucson time. And the kidnappers made it very clear in the first ransom note, which we received, the situation is dire if they are true to their words, if they don't get that ransom money at 5 o'clock today, Tucson time. We have checked the Bitcoin address, and you can see what's deposited. As of this moment, the $6 million ransom has not been deposited.
Jesus. If any of y'all know Harvey, ask him to please email me that fucking wallet number. I got people. I know peeps, man. I know people who build the blockchain. Like, come on. Harvey.
Something has happened where they are at a stalemate. Because if you remember over the weekend, Savannah said, we are ready to pay. And the money isn't there. There is some reason, obviously, as to why they haven't. And it just seems like Savannah is throwing her hands up, saying law enforcement is doing everything they possibly can, but she is begging for the help of anybody, no matter how far away, for anything that could be a clue. The kidnappers, as far as we know, have not shown proof of life. Now, we have only seen the first ransom note, not the second. The second.
So he has not seen the second. So we don't know what the hell was in that second. The station that got the second one is not letting out any details other than a $6 million ransom when you convert the Bitcoin to USD. People wanted to make a thing about that. Oh, they got to be overseas if they're converting to USD. Not necessarily. Slow down, calm down. It's just easier in the Web3 world to do it in USD and they translate from there. Okay. Still need that wallet, man. I need that wallet.
It was sent to a local Phoenix television station, but it seems that.
And the thing about the Bitcoin, or sit Bitcoin down, cryptocurrency, there's a lot of good about it, but there's a very dark side to it, and this would be the dark side. Tracking that wallet back to an individual. You, at best, will find an email that they established when they set up their Meta wallet or whoever they choose to set up with. But is that email real? If not, it's. But I saw an FBI agent in an interview swears up and down they can do it. They can recover them IP addresses. I'm like, well, ma'am, what are they waiting on? Get jiggy with it. Get jiggy with it.
That the kidnappers have not done anything concrete, although there is something really interesting in the message Savannah left over the weekend when she said, "We understand," referring to that first note. So there is something that the kidnappers said or demanded that Savannah is acknowledging.
Okay, remember y'all when we were wondering what did the kidnappers say in the second note that they were using to verify it's them and this is real, and that we sent the first note. And then we immediately saw investigators back out there walking around the back property in the brush, in the wash, flashlights, looking around in bushes and stuff. Then the next thing we know, they found some manholes and they're poking around with a stick. The manholes happen to be behind the neighbor's house. We're going to look at that too. Thanks to MB, he thought the water tank came out of Annie's property originally, but it didn't. It came from Nancy's, right? But upon further review of the video, and I'm going to show you all the clip that proves it, that those two manholes, actually, they're, what do they call it? I have to look it up again. It's like a water reservoir tanks. Anyway, there's two back there, and they're sitting dead behind the home to the immediate right of Nancy if you're looking at the front of her home. That don't mean that they're like being investigated. I think it's just somebody suggested, one of these agents, ex-FBI agents, did someone flush something into the septic? I don't see septic trucks. I don't see a septic tank. I see water things in a water truck, right? But what were they looking for? But we do know where it's at now, at least it is. And the second note, yes, Pammy, came from a different IP address. So you get two separate IP addresses, but the same secure server that hides it. Yes, Rachel, thank you. A cistern, that's what they're called. And I got a better view of that one. Said looked like a grate lid. Well, it does, but it's a solid lid, but it has raised. I'll show you guys up close. She said ready to pay, not going to pay. Ready to pay when you get proof of life. Ready to pay when you get proof of something, right? And Harvey claims that, getting her back to Arizona or back to Tucson wouldn't be, but a certain amount of time or whatever. Is she too far away if her heart, because I've heard conflicting everything, even from medical experts about these devices, and it all would depend on what Miss Nancy had installed and what year, make, and model, and we don't know none of that. But is she taken far enough away where it could not report back to her doctor? Does it, you know what I'm saying? Could she fly around the country on vacation and it still register what she's doing? I don't know. I haven't heard nobody address that yet. So do they even have her in the area? Remember the picture of the truck? Yes, you did, but I do remember the picture you sent me is a septic tank truck, and what was that, coming down the road of Ms. Nancy's, but I don't see any evidence of it ever being in either of her yard or the neighbor's yard, and we haven't seen one reporter report about a full-on septic tank truck being there, because it's a totally different truck. I used to have a septic tank too, and I know what kind came into my yard to pump mine. It was a massive son of a bitch. And they don't have clear tanks on the back like this. This is a water tank on back of that one truck that was literally coming out of in her driveway and coming out of the driveway. And then if you look at those holes good, I believe Rachel, that this is a cistern. People who live in the area were the ones describing this, right? That's where I got that information from. So I go look it up, and I've looked at septic tank stuff. I've looked at all kind of stuff. People got the paperwork, people, on these properties. I've seen it. I'm still not convinced that was a septic tank search. It doesn't even look like that. It's weird. So was it some kind of water reservoir or tank system? What was the purpose of looking in that? What funneled from her house to that behind the neighbors, right? I'm sure that wasn't just for the neighbors. It probably branched off to the other people as well. So something about that from Nancy's house to that point, I don't know. Was it routine FBI protocol? They're going checking off the list because, we know what happened when the sheriff showed up with his flunkies, his 195 personnel on what's the disciplinary action they're all under?
And then to me, the key word in that Instagram post over the weekend is the word celebrate. What did...
Okay, he's just going to talk about all the stuff we know and talk about. We don't need him to tell us because we already knew. How odd the wording of all it. So what do you guys think? Is the poll still there? I put a poll up. See, is it gone? I don't know if y'all can see a poll or not. How come I can't see a poll? It was there before the show started. Butterfly, what do you think about that picture you sent me of the truck? Do you think we would have seen anybody report on that if that had been like in there, I guess? There we go. Poll is there. I can't see it for some reason. Let me try to pull up my YouTube stream, or let me get this up on the PC and we'll see if I can see it that way. I'm on my phone looking at the chat and I can't see it. See, I forgot I did a poll. Y'all be like, be a creator, lady. Oh, I'm talking about here. Okay, let me get that down. Okay, there it is. So, show it. Come on now. The question was, do you think the kidnapping is real? Only 19% of you said yes, and only 54% of you say no. You don't think it's real. And I'm like, the other one was hoaxed by the real suspect, and 27%. So, I think, Lord, I don't even know where I sit there anymore. Because I really believe hoaxed by the real suspect's a good, strong possibility. Then I have to wonder, why can't they prove that yet? Right? Do you think that that dude is the primary suspect according to Ashley Banfield? Do you think he would be that smart? That he could pull off hiding VPNs long enough to keep the cops at bay? Or do they not have enough? Well, if they could prove that he set up this hoax kidnapping, that's enough to arrest the guy on suspicion of kidnapping. Come on. So it's not like we're not going to arrest him on that because we don't got enough evidence to charge him with, harming her or whatever. Weird. Okay, so I was curious where you guys sat with it. I know we've had a lot of conversations about it. But there's two scenarios at play, it seems. not a botched robbery. It wasn't some attempt at a SA event. Either one of those. Neither one. Either somebody harmed her and got rid of her to cover that up, and came up with an elaborate scheme to throw off the cops, or a sophisticated group got her. You know, we asked Veronica, we're not being told anything. Let's, that we can confirm, yeah, this we got this damn, look, y'all, I was reviewing those, press conferences, and oh my goodness. That sheriff and some of the FBI, I expect they're never gonna sit there and say a whole lot unless they have a direct comment they need to address, and every time, in the part about who dropped her off directly. I wonder if my video uploaded. Let me see. Because nobody can see it yet. It's not like that. It's a... It's so weird when I go on both my phone and on the PC to my... It's so different. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Anyway, it was just going to be a review of some of the press conference stuff. But when he asked about the son-in-law directly, and he's like, "Oh, we're investigating everybody still at this point." And then when it came to the part about who dropped her off, and it was the sheriff. Well, when the FBI kind of turns around and looks at the sheriff, he's like, well, and he's like, "Oh, we're just going to leave it at family." They wouldn't directly say which one. I am guessing because they did that. Like, why are you trying to hide it? Now you're making us feel like it was that one individual that Ashley Banfield might have talked about. Now, Ashley Banfield also reported on her show, her latest episode, the Chevron was also looked at. Remember we said JLR was reporting that? I mean, we didn't see it anywhere else yesterday. She also said something about it. I saw a blurb about it on Twitter. Let me see if I can find anything about it here. And what made them go to that Circle K? They said it was a tip. Was it their own tip? Like they saw a sus car or something, or had a lead on something on their end? Or was it a tip called in about, well, I saw a weird couple at the store here at Circle K and they were doing this, that, it was an old lady was in the car. It might be them. Was it that, and they had to go check it out? We don't know because they won't say anything else beyond that. But we heard the Chevron was visited also. Why would that happen? Why would two locations? And if they did, I wonder how far apart they are. I feel like I saw a post on Twitter with like a picture of it, and it was like, it had cameras all around the building, right? Okay, let's see. Circle K. See, I don't know where Ashley is. Ashley just saying that because she heard it on JLR or heard JLR? I don't know. Let's see. Tricia, somebody asked about gambling debts in the chat yesterday about Vegas. I'm like, well, I don't know, but that's a good question. Is there a debt? Now, we do know that, and there was people last night, or was it last night? I was in, oh, I know where I was. I was in the interview rooms chat because my favorite doctor to um, critique was on. Dr. B was over there. I was like, what are these dudes doing? So I listened, and somebody brought that up about, no, people in chat were saying that we're hearing that Annie and Tom had power of attorney over Nancy. I'm like, no, 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 no. Tom gave Annie power of attorney June of 2025, and it was to do with a piece of property. Those records are available on X, right? So the information can get quickly, and people were like, "Oh, well," they were confused in chat about who has these power of attorneys. And I was like trying to tell them he gave it to Annie. Why would he do that? That's another question. Who owns Annie's house? Him? I don't know. Didn't look at. Well, let's see. There's an account on Twitter y'all can go to. MB Inc. Drop a link, and he's your go-to guy for that type of information. Sorry, I was looking at something. Anyway, he's been posting the documents on the land around there, and I believe that's where I saw the power of attorney, which I saw a while back. A while back, this past week, early in the week, right? About, let's see. Okay, thank you, Butterfly, because I was about to go look at that while we were looking for this confirmation on a Chevron, but Enton just tweeted a few minutes ago, I guess, new statement, because I was going to go show you guys. They had said there hadn't been any updates from the sheriff's department since yesterday. So we'll go look at their Twitter. It says new statement from Pima sheriff says they are following up on new leads, and we can expect to see an active law enforcement presence at Guthrie residence. Are we going to be forced to watch JLR? So far, I have not noticed anything at either house, Nancy's or Annie's. Okay. If they're about to have a lot of active law enforcement back at Miss Nancy's tonight, are they closing in on an arrest? What's happening? Let's go troll the twits, y'all. Y'all, I don't have anything else to do. I would be sitting here waiting on updates on Miss Nancy all by myself. So, sorry I don't have no big time guests where we can hash it all out. Yeah, I hash it out with you guys. I'll get one of y'all to come up here and be my guest. Who's down? Who's down to come up and be my guest? Ruth Ann, be safe traveling. That's word. Nah, no. If we watched his feed, it would be the live, and we would turn that sound down. We don't need to hear all that. We would rather watch the live feed out of Fox Digital. They'll send the drone up. Y'all know I got a copyright share deal on a section of yesterday's live, and you know what it was? It said it was a copyright for music. Normally, if there's like a music in the background of a news clip or something you may have to share when it means share revenue is the ad revenue I get, I guess. Anyway, you have to share with the other content creator or with whatever the hell. Anyway, when I went to review, well, I'm like, what music? I don't remember any music, right? So I looked, and it was that damn infrared 3D drone video, like a minute and a half of it. I just left it alone. Fuck it, we'll share it with them. They took that drone up and flew it. We support them. We'll give them their couple of cents. I'll get my few cents. They'll get theirs. It's all good. The silliest things that happens all the time. This is not a strike against your channel. Well, thank God, because I work hard not to let those happen. Hey, Hawkeyes, welcome in, love. Welcome in. Good to see you. All right, let me pull up the X account, and we'll get the latest from Enton. Oh, what's going on here? Hold on. Oh, was doing it. Oh. Well, I wish I had that wallet number. Fuck. Never mind. I have some messages. Come here, Brian. Come here, Brian. We're going to look at your Twitter or your X. Ew. No. All right. A new statement from the sheriff's about going over there. 3 hours ago, he posted the Instagram post from Savannah, and then 7 hours ago is his last update. So, we'll have to go see if he goes live soon. Let's go to Pima County Sheriff's Department and see what they had to say. 2 minutes ago, investigators have not identified any suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles connected to Nancy Guthrie. Wow. Seriously? Not one suspect, person of interest, or vehicles connected to Nancy Guthrie. Anyone who believes they have information that may assist investigators are asked to call 1-800-FBI or the PCSD non-emergency line at 520-351-4900 or 88-CRIME. Now, I'm going to say that again because the other day in the press conference, the sheriff fumbling up there. He says, or you can call our local line. It's real easy. It's 911. Isn't that the emergency I need help right now line? Or what the fuck? So, Pima County Sheriff's Department non-emergency line, if you have any information, is 520-351-4900. Good Lord. Yeah, Butterfly, you're right. Every time I do pop into JLR just to see if there's any activity, I always hear something juicy in the background said by other people, right? Because I don't listen to him. He just rambles. I just dude, get it. Shoo, fly. And I'm listening to the background. I'd get my headphones out. What'd they say? What did they say? Last time they were talking about the damn ransom notes and reporters. It was reporters talking to each other. Then 5 minutes before that, there are no press briefings scheduled at this time regarding Nancy Guthrie. Should a significant development occur, a press conference will be called and the media will be notified. And then they have another road closure where they posting about what did Brian say? The cops were coming back? Where did they say that at? Wonder if they'll call a press conference tonight. What did he say? We can expect to see an active law enforcement presence. It doesn't say when, right? Huh. What is Ruiz saying? Butterfly, Rachel, if y'all see any update, y'all know what to do. If I'm missing anything, 10 minutes ago, about 20 minutes until the deadline. What time is it? It's 5:58 p.m. Central. It's 4:58 p.m. in Tucson. 59, 1 minute. Oh my God. From the police department 17 minutes ago, investigation, many of you observed an active law enforcement presence at the Guthrie residence over the weekend. That activity will continue tonight and into tomorrow as part of the ongoing investigation process. Now, they did come out today, or what was it, NBC? Somebody was reporting that search we saw back at Annie's where they were taking the pictures in the house was a consensual search, wasn't like a search warrant, which I felt was the case because they left voluntarily and then they went in and took some pictures. The activity will continue tonight and tomorrow as part of the ongoing investigation process, including the expansion of the search expansion of the search, and follow up on new leads. This is all part of the investigative process. As the search for Nancy expands and new leads come in, to preserve the integrity of this criminal investigation, details of that process are not being released at this time. And then it goes into the ransom. Ransom. The FBI is handling all aspects related to any ransom notes or communications involving the Guthrie family. Any inquiries regarding this matter should be directed to the FBI Public Affairs Office. Tips. We appreciate the media's assistance in helping get information to the public. Thousands of calls have been received across multiple tip lines, and investigators continue to review them. Anyone who believes they have information that may assist investigators is asked to call again 1-800-FBI and then the non-emergency tip line at 520-351-4900. Video or pictures can also be uploaded via the QR code attached. Now, they have had that QR code out for almost the entire week that you can scan and do your thing. Yeah, Brian, they're all reporting from that NBC report, Riley, is where it came from. I'm almost positive it was NBC. That's where everybody's picking that report up from. That it was a consensual search. And there's also information out now that Savannah, I don't know if her husband and children are with her or not, but Savannah, her brother, her sister, and brother-in-law are all in the same home in a gated community. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't know where. It's somewhere in that area. They need to be safe. But then I had to think, well, ooh, what, in the same house? What's that like? What is that vibe? Do I look? I could do a whole psychological sibling thing with that. What would you do in a moment like that? Would you play it cool? Would you play it cool? Especially if law enforcement's telling you play it cool. Play it cool. Because something interesting that the sheriff also said about looking at the family and how, people can be mean on social media, and we want to keep that line of communication open with that family. They don't want to be shut down because they feel like they're being looked at, right? They want to keep that open. So they playing nice guy with their prime suspect. Is everybody playing nice guy with him? What's that vibe we're getting off the sister there? She's like, oh my God, my husband. Oh my God. It's wild. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about Annie yet. I haven't thought too much about old Tommy. The minute I saw the first picture, I'm like, oh, some people in this world just give me a vibe, and it takes me a long time to even want to get close. And that be one of them. I just didn't want to ever gee, But her, I'm getting this, is it a come save me vibe? What is it? It's something. Got a lot of YouTube deadline notifications. What, Sarah? Okay, let me show y'all. I was going to look at YouTube real quick at something, and then we're going to let me see what's happening. Hold on. I swear this weather in Florida and this sinusy cough thing is about to do me in. I'm so tired. I don't feel sick. I don't feel anything, but I still have this lingering cough that will not go away, and it's all sinusy shit. Right, Pammy? I'm always, right. I'm open to being wrong, but damn it, man. Man, my mind keeps going back to that damn Nancy Grace thing. I'm like, what is she? My favorite, well, I have two favorite inmates I love to tear down. Anybody who knows me knows that. I'm like, what is she saying about him? Do I get to go at him? All right, what was I doing? I got sidetracked. Sorry. Nothing new yet. Thank you, Butterfly. I was just about to say. Um, blah, 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 blah. Go check. Let me do it. I'll go look. I'm gonna go look at the live feed. I'll take one for the team. Hold up. Is he still out there? There's just that one sheriff who's keeping security now on the scene. There's a sheriff posted up now at each Guthrie home, providing security. Right? He's just chilling in his car, and reporters are just walking around doing their reporter thing. Okay. Well, while they do that, oh wait, no, oh, sorry, I messed myself up. Me too, Riley. We all do. Grandma Nancy, Miss Nancy, right? We were like, you can tell, right? I'm over here, Miss Nancy. I'm from the South. She Miss Nancy, right? Could be my granny's friend from church. It could be my neighbor. It could be my friend's mama. It's Grandma Nancy. Brian put a short up 17 minutes ago. We'll take a look at it in a second. All right, let me look at this really quick. See what you guys think. All right, so this is just a very short video. There's no sound, and all I did was clipped it from a news piece because it gives a really good look at the manholes, right? Because I scoured for like video and good footage of these manholes, right? Because I'm like, they were looking over the my brain always does that. They're looking at like Idaho 4. I know that neighborhood way better than I should know a neighborhood, right? But they're looking over the Nancy's pool, and they're looking over, at the brush between her house and this other house. I'm like, where are these holes they're looking at? You can see them looking all around for the damn things. Is that what they were looking for the other day, right? When they got the second communication and they go back out there and we see them wandering all around the bushes, were they looking for these two holes? They couldn't go to the city and get some plans? Or were they looking for something else? Did the perpetrator hide something in the bushes that proves I'm real and you'll find it there? X marks the spot. YouTube streams announcing the deadline. You mean the deadline for the ransom? Yeah, Ruth Ann, I got over having a bad cold 2 weeks ago. Let me check something. What is this? Okay. All right. So watch this with me. Make it larger. There's no sound to it. Okay, see right here. There's one and here's the other. You can see the one well, they actually, in this shot, I just noticed the very first hole, which is by the big tree bush there. He's got the pole going down in that one. And then we're going to see the other guy get the pole and go down into the second one. You'll notice these two units right here, the air conditioning heating units, and of course the brick fence right beside them. I can show you a picture, an aerial picture. I think I have it uploaded, actually. And you can see that house sits right next door to Miss Nancy. See, he's going into that first hole with it. And then that's that second hole. And this is just a short that was on there. Okay, let me see something. Here we go. Okay, see the house. Here's Nancy's house on the far right with the white roof, of course, and you can see the white roof of her guest house there. And that house, that's the neighbor's house. And that right behind it, and I know I don't know if I can zoom in for you guys. Let's see, can I make this larger? No, it's not going to work. Anyway, you can see the units sitting right behind the brick wall, and that's where they were at. So it's, yeah, I've seen it for us. We're about to take a look at it. Exactly, Pammy. Were they looking for a body? Somebody would have had to have known those manholes were there like that, behind the neighbor's house even, right? So that's why I'm thinking this is so specific. I get routine and all that once an investigator who thinks about that kind of shit thinks about it or whatever, but you would think poking down, they're not looking for something flushed, poking a stick down, right? How are you going to find somebody flushed by poking a stick down? You're going to want to run a camera at best, especially if that's a water supply type of tank. And we saw that water tank leak truck leaving Nancy's property. And if you notice, Nancy's driveway, right, it comes all the way back to the guest house. But look, there's a trail between Nancy's into that open brush area back there. I don't know if a truck could have backed all the way to there and had a hose long enough to like pump water out. I don't know why we saw a water truck and then we saw them poking around in these holes. Yeah, Riley, or a body or flushed evidence. I'm with Pammy. More of a body. Are we hitting something when the stick goes down, right? I still had these from yesterday. I remember he stepped on the one with his leg. Now, what could they possibly be going back out to Miss Nancy's for, y'all? They came and collected the cameras they neglected. The sheriff says they got all the biological evidence out of the house. The blood on the front steps is what they used to test, turns out, and it is Miss Nancy's. He said in the press conference they had blood sample, right? He didn't tell us it was all over the front porch and we're going to release the scene. Y'all might see it. What? Crazy. Because, we have to consider so much. How does this person even get in? I saw cops sitting right out here in the area just to the left of the steps to the front drive here, because that's that circular drive where a car going to come park right there. We all saw how it's brushy it is back there and how the terrain looks and how you're not going to walk this elderly lady through all that. Makes plausible sense to every single one of us. Blood on the front step. They left the house this way. That back door might have been open because they came in that way, but they absolutely left through the front door. Did they open the front door, reach out with their hand, and pop that camera? That's why they entered through the back door, because there wasn't a Ring camera or whatever, Nest camera. And somehow Miss Nancy got bloody right there. And boom, that car's right there waiting. Yeah, they came in through the back door and left through the front. Why? Was the back door the easiest way to get in, right? You can't be seen if there's not. How many people, some people absolutely do put a Ring camera or a doorbell camera, or whatever you want to call it, a camera at the back door. Do y'all? But most people don't. You just lock up good. I like doors that are good and strong and sturdy and lock up. Lock up like Fort Knox. It should have always been a roped off crime scene, Hawkeyes. Absolutely. None of us can figure out why, and none of the experts you listen to on any of the media shows you tune into, they're all as baffled as we are. Kind of like the Red Solo Cup stuff, right? What are y'all doing? And then when we read that article about 195 officers under disciplinary action right now in that department, and morale is low, and they have I think the lead detective's been a detective 3 fucking years. A rogue little team here, tiny little homicide team, that didn't know what they were doing. They release a crime scene with it, and by the time the big guys are here and they're like, whoa, wait, did y'all release the crime scene? Then how come they didn't go out there and secure it and then keep it secure? That's what my question. Okay, if we're going to put this off on the local department, and also in that press conference, something he said was like, whoa, dude, when asked by Brianna from Arizona Family or whatever it's called, specifically about crime scene contamination, right? Because y'all released the scene, you go back, it was the second press conference. He says, oh, well, we'll let the court handle that. And I thought, oh, buddy, you just did not say that. Because this defense attorney's logging that public statement right now. You dumbass. So does the FBI care about the contamination part because they're not there to collect bio stuff? Or do they, I don't know what to think about that. What are they going back for? And maybe, I don't know. It don't make any sense to us how they can unsecure this crime scene. I mean, let them go back. Let them go back as many times as they need to find Miss Nancy. If it's going to clue them in on something they have fucking missed, like a couple of cameras hanging out on the guest house. Ain't my fault what they got a battle in the court later, right? That's on them. Damn. Yeah, y'all. Some of y'all have cameras all around the house, right? In this day and age, with the jeepers and the creepers who ain't right in the head, you damn right. We have learned over the past year, though, that we need good ones. And something else too, y'all, that I noticed, and I think it was Nerdy who pointed this out as well. This is from yesterday's upload of the pictures I had, or a couple days now. Notice that light, right? Yes, it's dangling. Of course, it's not smashed. The glass might be smashed. We can't tell. But it's definitely dangling right by the wires. But if you look at that brick, it's damaged behind it. Did someone try to physically rip it off the wall? And they couldn't because of the way it's attached to the brick? And they just had to leave it? So wouldn't you think if someone did, because something caused that shit to break. That wasn't a natural, oh, it's windy, your light broke situation. That's something different. If somebody wasn't gloved up, we might get a fingerprint. But there it sat, right? There it sat in its glory, damaged brick and all. If I was an investigator walking around that house day one, even a damn beat cop, I'd have been like, why is that light so damaged and is that brick damaged too? We might get a closer look at that. This back door was left open, if that's the back door that was left open, if that even happened. Either way, that's a damaged light we got right there. What the hell happened to that, right? What the hell? If it was hit with something, okay, Butterfly, would they have needed to climb up to that like a ladder? Because it's right it's even with the top of that door, right? That's the blue thing there. That's the back door. So y'all know the length of an average back door. That's right in line with the back door. You got to reach it, right? And especially if you're going to hit it with like a sledgehammer or yank hard on it or whatever. How are we reaching it? Are we tall like that? You have Blink, no subscription required. Oh, nice. Well, we should all write that down and check into it. Okay. I don't know, man. What kind of evidence do y'all think they're going back looking for? Something that um, it can't just be going back looking for shit the local cops missed, because they've probably done went through a routine list of making sure they got what those kind of cops would routinely get, and they would have went back and got whatever that was by now. Maybe they've interviewed somebody and got a little something something. What do y'all think? I'm gonna go look at some of the local footage and our local news people. Oh wait, we gotta go look at Brian's new thing. What was it? And y'all go show him love now. I like to let their things sit there and veg before I play them, because it's not fair. Because then what happens is, if I show y'all Brian's video, I'm getting the view, but he is not, right? So you kind of want to let it sit there and do its thing for a while and let him get his recognition. But I encourage y'all to go over, as always, and show Brian some love. He's a hardworking man. It was a short, right, guys? New statement from the sheriff. Is that the one we're looking for, Forrest? I didn't go to Discord and grab that one. Let me go see if it's the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. Okay. All right. What you sent me, Butterfly, are those new updates? I should have had her come up here with me, but she might be busy doing dinner and all the things. All right, let me get this pulled up and we'll get the screen up. Hold on, Brian. Stop talking for a moment, buddy. Shh. Pause.
To release publicly this afternoon. The investigation into Nancy Guthrie's disappearance remains active and ongoing. We understand the significant public interest in this case. However, investigators need time and space to do their work. If and when relevant information becomes available, it will be shared. They say there's going to be no press briefing scheduled right now unless something happens. And then they say many of you observed an active law enforcement presence at the Guthrie residence over the weekend. Yes, we did. That activity will continue tonight and into tomorrow as part of the ongoing investigative process, including the expansion of the search and follow-up on new leads. So that's interesting there. I don't know if we're going to see them coming back out here. This is all part of the investigative process as the search for Nancy expands and new leads come in. To preserve the integrity of this criminal investigation, details of that process are not being released at this time. It's interesting that they say new leads are coming in. So that's kind of the latest. I'm still outside Nancy's house. I'm just in the car, but I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay. Cool. All right, I'll get X pulled up. What in the world is wrong with hold on, my screen is wacko. It's playing wacko, getting on my nerves. There we go. When I can't see all my controls, I'm like, it's like crazy. Oh, thank you, Forrest, for dropping Brian's X account for it, or my YouTube account. And Butterfly has the X account in there for you guys, and then Forrest has the YouTube account for you. And Mike is the other guy. Mike Ruiz is Fox News, and Brianna is the girl from Arizona family. She interviewed Lori Vallow. With a looming 5 p.m. deadline, the Guthrie family must decide if they're going to pay the Bitcoin ransom. Okay, they're just talking about security. Oh, Steve, SF. Oh, look, I said sometimes I can't go on the Twitter, y'all. I'll start reading shit and forget that I'm live with y'all. Hold on, let me focus. Okay. Let me get the screen up. and we'll see what's happening in real time. Okay, 5 minutes ago, Enton reports on X from the FBI. The FBI is not aware of any continued communication between the Guthrie family and the suspected kidnappers, nor have we identified a suspect or person of interest in this case at this time. What in the hell is happening? They blowing smoke up our ass because why are they commenting now? Are people pressuring them for comments, or are they just, what's happening? Huh. All right, let's go see what Mike said. Look, he's right there because I'll be trolling his ass. Uh-oh. I lost connection for a second. I don't know what happened. Oh, he's just addressing the deadline, Butterfly. The deadline is passed. Yeah. Did he post something before these posts? I don't know. We'll go look at the live feed and see if there's anything happening outside of the home. 45 minutes ago. Yeah, we saw that one. Okay. Lord, what's happening, y'all? So the FBI has had no more communications since Savannah put out the video saying we understand. We want her back so we can celebrate. We're willing to pay. They have not reached out to communicate one single time since then with a deadline of 5 o'clock today, Arizona time. They don't got no suspect. They can't figure out who's sending these fucking emails to a media station. This ain't 1972 when a serial killer is putting together some cut up magazine words on an envelope and stuffing it, mailing it down to the local station. What if, don't you think I don't know if the kidnappers are real or not, but would they communicate before the 5 o'clock deadline? They're just, hey, that was our last communication, pay up. And then she comes out today, right before the deadline, their time, with, we need y'all's help. She's hearing these prayers. God is lifting her up. We need your help. She's taken and we don't know where. If you see or hear anything, call. It's an hour of desperation. Could the real suspect or the alternate suspect be like scared to death to send another message? Because it ain't real. Never was. But are they smart enough to use a server to hide their VPN like that? Huh. Fuck. Too many questions. Something's never added up, right? From the discrepancy in the first press conference, that's when the sheriff says family was notified at 11, we were notified at 12. That's where that came from. Then we heard in the next press conference timeline, oh, they got there at 11:58ish. What time? 11:56. The family got there, called by 12:03. But then we heard a report that the church person allegedly called them around 11. So that would have been nearly an hour before they got over there, because he said they spent some time searching for her before they called us. What, a whole 7-8 minutes? Spent some time. It only takes 5 minutes to run through the house screaming, Mama, where you at? Did you fall down? Mama, are you okay? And she's not in any of the rooms. Lord, something is amiss. Something's amiss right there. And then I don't even know what to make about this online church, physical church situation. What is happening with that, right? Everybody is speculating about that. Online reports that she did. Who's reporting this? The church people? Who are they telling it to? Local media has not interviewed the first church person to corroborate whether Nancy physically went to church. So who are these people that are communicating with the people saying that she didn't go to church? Where the hell's that even coming from? That's the way I roll. If I hear it, I need to go figure out where it came from, and is it even legit? I didn't bother to go look because I know it's going to be a whole ass rabbit hole with possible misinformation, and I can't take it right now. Yes, gives us grave concern. Auntie Bev, it's a joy. It really does give us grave concern because man, where is Miss Nancy? What happened to her? Who took her from her home? Obviously, somebody took her out of that house. That's a kidnapping. Whether they harmed her at the house and unalived her there and then removed her and disposed, fine. Then you're dealing with a body situation that you're transporting and doing things with, other charges. But that's not what happened. Then somebody took her. That's a kidnapping. I have a hard time believing it was some random off the street low-life criminal because they're going to be super ass sloppy and leave something behind. And where they going to hide an old lady for a solid ass week? Ruth Ann, we don't know that she even went to online church. That's what the social media is saying. There are a lot of reports out there that she did not attend church physically. She attended online since the pandemic. And the church only streamed via a video feed, not like a Zoom. So if you tuned in, nobody would even know you were watching, like watching from a YouTube channel. A lot of churches do that. So if that's the case, that's how the church streams their services. How does anybody know or not if Miss Nancy's watching? There's a live chat, right? And they can greet each other and say hi if it's a YouTube feed. Although I don't know about other types of feeds. So I don't know. Who knows? I've seen no confirmation, right, that she did not physically attend church. But if she did not physically attend church and she actually went to church online, then who the hell called? And was that a fake call too? Why would you call a fake call to go tell the cops to go to where you know you did something bad, right? Let's let them find out on their own. My wife will call her mom eventually and won't get an answer, right? I'll just leave it alone. Well, am I going to call and pretend to be a churchgoer? Y'all need to go check on your mama? It's weird. So I don't know what to, I don't know. I haven't seen proof of any of that. No, the deadline is up and we haven't heard anything. Just reports that the FBI we just got a report saying that they have no suspect and have had no communication with these alleged kidnappers since that second communication came through. Here's how we prove who we are. Go look for it now, and boom, they're back at the house. But they did say there will be a heavy law enforcement presence going forward back at Miss Nancy's. So we're about to go troll and see if that's actually happening. That wouldn't line up with the pacemaker turning off. We don't know that it turned off. What do you mean? It disconnected from her device. That's all we do know. If somebody is saying that there was an alleged ping or something that went on, but they said that experts, doctors said that could have just been from heart activity, like a heartbeat raising, right? Your adrenaline pump could have been that, but all we know is she disconnected from her Apple Watch at 2:28. If people saying they know without a doubt this and that's happening with that's all speculation. Because there's no, yeah, that's when it disconnected, Riley, was at 2:28. So think about this. That doorbell camera disconnected at 1:47, and then we got a motion detects something detects motion at 2:12. So if that doorbell camera disconnected at 1:47, there's no way somebody walked out the front door, reached around, and then disconnected it and left with Miss Nancy, because that would have occurred after 2:28. So that takes that off. See, I debunk my own theories when I think about shit. Look at the timeline, girl. Go back to the timeline, see if it pans out. So why are they spending 41 minutes in that house if we got demotion detected at 2:12? 1:47 is when it disconnects. 2:28, pacemaker disconnects. Doorbell goes offline at 1:47, pacemaker at 2:28. 2:12, we got motion detection. So from 1:47 to 2:12, what was happening? And then from 2:12, when the motion's detected, to 2:28, when the pacemaker disconnects, what was happening? Yeah, there's different speculation out there about if it would have kept reporting back to her doctor. I heard an expert say, depending on the device, it could be set up to report back to the doctor every hour, every quarter, every day, every couple of days. It all depends on the regimen between the doctor and the patient and the settings, right? And when she had the pacemaker installed. So nobody can verify any of this. And if law enforcement knows that pacemaker's still viable, then they know she's alive. Would Savannah be coming out and acting this way if she knew, without a doubt, she's seen proof that pacemaker is active and communicating with something? I think her demeanor may be different. So I don't know if it's reporting back. I don't know if that means anything, right? All I know is what time it stopped connecting to her device. After that, we have no clue. There's a lot of conversations happening. That's why today I didn't listen to any of them. Like, I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough. Right? They can track and I know this, though, from Bill and Peggy Stevens' case, when Mr. Stevens died, they know because he had a pacemaker. They know exactly what time his heart stopped, right? They know, without a doubt, his time of death. And they know the perpetrator spent a very long time in that apartment or that townhouse with that old couple. That's what I'm screaming, Pammy. What was going through this poor woman's mind? You're asleep, and what you feel is the safety and security of your own home in your own bed, right? And I don't want people online are trashing them. Oh, my elderly mom wouldn't live alone in the dark, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. My granny would have. She'd have been like, you want me to be alone? You got to live here. I got a guest house. That's what she would have said, because I ain't moving, right? But yeah, what did she go through? Being startled like that. So, keeping that in mind, when she is awakened and startled, does activity begin to happen that's being recorded on her device? Like from a resting state to heightened activity state, right? All until she walks out the door and is out of range, and then it stops. Wow. Did they get her up and like put a coat on, put some shoes on? You can't grab your cane or your meds. Did they do any of that? They were there for a hot minute. Were they going around from 147 until 212 disconnecting things, right? Breaking the damn floodlight. When did that get broken? Did a perpetrator even break it? I would think yes. What was the first thing to happen on that property? Was it the doorbell disconnecting at 147, or did they arrive before that and start doing something? What did the freaking cameras on the guest house see? Because they didn't smash those, right? They apparently, according to Banfield, smashed cameras on the inside of the house. And then, of course, we know the one on the front porch is completely gone. But we saw them take the two on the guest house days later. The perpetrator didn't see them damn cameras. Not one single cop saw those cameras until we all saw them being removed. Going, what the hell? I'll look for photos from the early days to see were those cameras already there. Why would they put up cameras to surveil a house they should be surveilling? What the hell? You just sent me one? Okay. Oh. We just looked at something Brianna did. She got something new on X. Let's go see. Girl was asking a decent question over there at the press conference about the crime scene contamination. Uh-oh, hang on, let me do it this way. Oh. Here we go. All right, let me get this pulled up for you guys. And of course, this again is, she's with the Arizona Family True Crime. Okay. She got a Jodi Arias documentary out. Streaming on YouTube, guys, if y'all go check her out. Okay. This is more about the FBI thing. Okay, let's see. Just received this message from the FBI after the 5 p.m. deadline passed for Nancy Guthrie's ransom. For more than a week, FBI agents, analysts, and professional staff have worked around the clock to reunite Nancy Guthrie with her family. The FBI is not aware of any continued communication between the Guthrie family and the suspected kidnappers, nor have we identified a suspect or persons of interest. This is a statement we read a few minutes ago. Additional personnel from the FBI field offices across the nation continue to deploy to Tucson. We are currently operating a 24-hour command post that includes crisis management. I wonder if they got something on their website. That's where they're all getting this from. We are currently operating a 24-hour command post that includes crisis management experts, analytic support, and investigative teams. But we still need the public's help. Someone has that one piece of information that would help. Man, are y'all kidding me? Hold on. I've just... Okay, let's see. From is there direct? It might be on Twitter's. They just got her poster details. Look at the FBI's website with her information on it. It's the standard stuff they put out on their thing. Okay. I'm just looking at Twitter to see if they put anything out on their page there. So that's crazy that they can't find anything. Not one thing. No persons of interest. What? No. Oh my God. I gotta process that shit. Okay, so let me go look at the live feed and see what's happening there. What are y'all saying in chat? Rachel, you think they have to know more? Well, we keep saying that. We always put that faith in them that they know more, but apparently they don't got no suspects. We don't know anything. We need y'all's help. Y'all want us to sit down or do you need our help? Which one is it? Fuck. For fuck's sake. Well, there's the two sisters and a brother-in-law, right? Because I don't suspect the brother, or I don't suspect Savannah or her brother, but fingers have been pointed at the other sister's husband. If it was him, wouldn't they arrest him already? But why were they back at that house taking all them damn pictures? Oh my God, I'm going to go into overload. I need a fresh cup of coffee. That's what I need. Yeah, Hawkeyes, you know what? They all need to do better reporting, but it is what it is. We just, don't look. There's a whole lot of people out there that need to do a better job at a lot of things on these streets. That's why I tell y'all to be careful out there. Yeah, Simi, it's sus that he gave power of attorney to his wife when I don't know why you do that if you're married, but okay. Well, there's reasons you do it, right? We both know that, but there's that. So, other than that, we have Ashley Banfield saying he's the prime suspect, according to her top source of law enforcement source. But what else tells us that? Like, legit, I don't know what else tells me that besides that reporting. Of course, in the beginning, right before she came out and said that, of course, we all like looked at them. There were people online trying to look at them. I had a lot of information on both of them. I still have it. I just didn't feel the need to go public all this. Look at all this about them and look at all that about them. Like I didn't know what was happening with them yet. But other than that, why haven't they arrested this guy yet? Is he that good that he can't get caught? He didn't leave a trace of evidence that pointed to him, right? Did he drop Miss Nancy off at 9:48? Watch her go inside and shut the garage door, and then he went home? And did he go back at 1:47? And his wife doesn't know it, and he left his phone at home so they wouldn't know, nobody would know, or whatever. And that the car he drove was the one they towed? Hell, I don't know. Why'd they tow Miss Nancy's car? Which they should have done in the beginning, but why tow it all that time later? And who wrecked Miss Nancy's car? How did that happen? I'm sure God, I hope that the second the cops saw that damage, they're like, look at the police reports to see when this car got damaged, see if it was reported. And then go check with the family and see if this mom's been in a wreck recently. That should be priority. Cop 101. Oh, Lordy. Hawkeyes, I understand that close to the chest, close to the vest, all of that, but man, come on. Sometimes they allow speculation to run rampant, and all they have to do is clear a couple little things up. But you give us a word salad sheriff that has contradicted facts timeline details, right? So, what? And then that prompts questions. And then he doesn't want to get up there, and he tells you something, but then tells you not. Oh, of course we're looking at that. Like, he didn't think about it until you just said it. Like, but he don't want to admit it. Like, I don't know. I can throw shade at these guys sometimes, and then sometimes I can absolutely back them 100%. In the beginning, I do. He come across as a sheriff who seemed to care. He was emotional. But the more he was out there, I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? And then he goes to a basketball game when the second video from the family's released, and then we read a not so favorable article here about that sheriff and his department, and it was not nice. And then when I went and reviewed the damn press conference again, he's like, I apologize for my rhetoric and my political with the local. He's up there talking about his political dogfight with the local authorities there. What? None of us cared. Find Miss Nancy, right? Just saying, we understand they do got to keep a lot of things close because you don't want the killer to know what you know. I get that. But they were communicating with somebody, and then it stopped. After Savannah come out with that video, we understand. We want her back. We want to celebrate. We're willing to pay. Then nothing since then, except for another video saying, we need your help. She's out there and we don't know where. And now we get an FBI statement saying, we don't have a suspect. We have no person of interest. We need your help. Why would they keep saying that if they got something keeping close to, you know what I'm saying? If they got something so good they're keeping close, what the hell do they need our help for? What are we going to do? Sleuth around and find the guy for you? Are you serious right now? Like, I'm being no, I am being such a smart ass about this. I can't help it. They triggered me. They've triggered me because we're too far into this, and this poor lady is nowhere to be found. Well, Sarah, in Florida, that's the thing, no contest. It's like standing silent in Idaho. In Florida, you plead no contest. That's unfortunately, a normal thing here. But that old bastard sitting just 3 hours away, he's my favorite defendant to tear down. Koberger would be second. Stearns will always be number one. I might come pay you a visit, buddy. You never know. I might get bored one day and get squirrely. I can't with that fucking creep. I hope he's having a good evening tonight and enjoying his company and maybe some vent people conversations. No, Hawkeyes, something is not adding up. It just doesn't. Like, 1 and 1 ain't making 2, right? The math ain't mathing, as they'd say. Of course, here's the billboards. Let me go see if there's any local news, any live feeds, if anything's popping off outside those houses yet. Uh-oh, Enton dropped to like a video, but it was like 25 minutes ago. There'll probably be a lot of conversations going around tonight on the streets. Okay, let me. He said what they did to Annie and Tommaso's home, once it got dark, they might do it here. There's nothing going on. There's no activity outside of the house right now. I'll keep it on silent. Let me see what y'all are saying in chat. Let me go get a fresh cup of coffee. Y'all, I'm just going to let JLR's live feed play with him. He's silent, okay? If y'all like him, do you. I don't care. He's just not my favorite. I have a love-hate with that dude. He's whatever. He knows who I am. Unfortunately, because he didn't like me on Twitter one time. One time, there was this one time in the Idaho 4 case, I asked him a question about a tweet he made, and he didn't like it. Before that, he was cool with it whenever I asked something in the tweets. But that one time he didn't, and I don't even know why, and he blocked me. Magnolia never did, but he did. But I can still see your shit, dude. Don't you worry none. Don't you worry none. I'm a good sleuther. But that's the live feed that he's got going on out there at the house. Okay, I'm gonna mute Pammy. Y'all go. Y'all talk amongst yourselves while I grab some coffee. What does Miss Shorty always say? Walk and talk, chat. Walk and talk. Okay, I am back. All right, so there's nothing going on there. I guess Enton's probably out there too. There's a lot of media still camped out around there. I'm gonna look at some local feeds and see if we can pull something up in a minute, and see what local reports are. What do y'all I'm just like stumped. What's the FBI doing? Right? Like legit, what are y'all doing? Like I want to have all the faith in the world that they're doing all they can to bring her home. But what's got me stumped is how has somebody got away with it this long? Uh, I mean, I get lack of evidence, and that's what's obviously happening here. Don't tell me they got a ton of evidence because apparently they're missing the key evidence that would lead them to somebody. Even in Idaho 4, we had a sheath that eventually led to someone. We don't even know if they have yet to confirm that they have anybody's DNA other than Miss Nancy's. Oh, it takes time to get all that tested. What are you testing, sir? Besides the blood on the front porch, was there any other blood in the home? We don't even know. He wouldn't confirm that. There may have been, if Miss Nancy got a nosebleed, like maybe in her bedroom or halfway through the house, wherever it started, there should be blood from that point to the porch, unless it started on the porch. Like, so is there just a little bit of blood in the house, like there is out on the front? Ugh, these cops. Yeah, what is happening? I cannot. All right, what was I about to do? Let me see. Oh, this thing got in my way. Oh. And then you go through what they do have and what they do know, what you think, you know. Um, okay, there, that's gone. Okay. Sorry, I was busy. Go through what we think they know, and all we know is they got some camera stuff. All right, I gifted out some memberships. Jet Set and Ruth Ann, welcome in. Michelle, Moonshine, and Kay Schmidt, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy to have y'all. And thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to see if the local stations have anything they're reporting on. And other than that, there's all we can do is really watch for updates, at this point. Hold on. I don't know what that was like from early on. Talking about when it's not like it was like new, but it wasn't. Okay, so KOLD is the station who was receiving the text message, or not the text, the emails, right? I don't know if they have anything going on live or not. Let's see. No. I mean, I could sit here and look at JLR shit and see, but it's hard to put much faith in what he said, especially at the first presser. Exactly. I don't know why I can't. Hey, let me look at something. Hold on. That one I uploaded, let me see where it is. It was from the first press conference. It's like 8 minutes long. Let's see, you should go here. Okay, let me see if I got it here now. And even when they got the second presser, right after everybody knew about the ransom stuff, for them to come out now and say that they don't have anything, there's no press conference or anything tonight or any of that yet, but we don't have anything, we need y'all's help. It's crazy and bizarre. Okay, let me pull this up. Now, this is not the whole presser. It's just some of the clips from that presser that I threw together. That's all it is. And the one from the second one, I haven't even uploaded it yet because it takes forever. But I don't think it was as long as this one. Anything over 8 minutes, and YouTube's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're welcome, Jet. I like to try to remember to give them out, where you can gift out memberships every month. And I always try to remember to do that because you guys deserve it. I understand not everybody can afford to be members, and you're in a lot of different communities. It's a hard ask, right? To support everybody in that way. So I like to give them out every month. Okay. Again, so this is just some of the I think I'm back up now. Connection blinked out for a second. No, he wasn't out there investigating, boots on the ground himself, but he's directing cases to sheriff, right? He's got his investigators out there. But the more I've read about the homicide investigators that were shifted from one department to that homicide team and how small it really is, and then we read that article about all the dysfunction right now in the department, and then his comments about apologizing for his rhetoric, I'm like, can you okay, stop. I get he's not out there, but I worry about the cops that were out there now as well, right? There was obviously mistakes made, and I hope they don't damage the case going forward when somebody's caught. Let's just put it that way. I hope that don't happen.
It is a crime scene. We know that. She needs her daily medication. And anybody that sees anything that even looks, hey, maybe that's her, just take a quick picture. Take a video, send it to us. The number is real easy here locally. It's 911.
Recognizing your limitations, but can you elaborate at all on what makes you believe it's a crime scene as opposed to someone who left home and just couldn't find their way back?
Well, I think I told you she is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was she did not leave on her own.
There were signs to indicate he knew at that point, he knew about the blood on the front porch, right? But we didn't. This is press conference 1, February 2nd.
If you don't have plate readers, is there a vehicle associated with this?
When I told you we're now at the phase where we're looking at all the technology, all of that is being evaluated as we speak. Let me say this: we've not just thrown our search and rescue team out there. They are going to be doing some door-to-door with our criminal investigation team. It is not just our homicide unit. All of our criminal investigation detectives. I went out last night to the scene. There were probably 100 cars out there, all from the sheriff's department.
195 of them are on disciplinary action. Oh.
All work in this case. It takes a lot of manpower and a lot of
look like today beyond what you've already
takes a lot of manpower and a lot of energy. Y'all got a lot of manpower there now, sir. You've had them for a week.
told us about last night.
So we have shut down our search and rescue mission.
February 2nd, we have shut down our search and rescue mission. Before, they said when the Monday night is when the communication came through from the ransom, the very first. That's when this local station gave it to police. We didn't know about it till the following day, Tuesday, when TMZ went and reported it. But it actually started on Monday night, and the authorities were notified. TMZ said they notified the cops too. But all that took place Monday night. This dude.
And we've sent them home to rest. They were out all night. Look, we put all our air assets into this.
Did we? Because according to what we read, you had your mega plane grounded. Somebody had to fight you to get it to go in the air, didn't they? For a whole hour or so. I don't know, a couple hours. What was it, guys?
Our drone systems, our aircraft, our helicopters, heat sensors, infrared, everything we've thrown at this. They're going to step aside. We'll call them out again if we need to do more searching. But right now, we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene.
Can you tell us a little?
On February 2nd, we don't see this. We don't see it as a search mission as much as a crime scene. Did you know about the ransom already? Why would somebody not dump a body into the wash? What was the possibility? Y'all think y'all combed the area good enough with what little bit y'all did, right? We're going to look at a map in a little bit. Oh, that might be the next video. It might be this one. I don't know.
A little bit about that map.
Oh, here it is.
That is, and
Hold on. He gets asked about the map. He takes a deep breath like, oh, you had to ask me about the map. I can't explain that map. Let me let somebody else do it.
as much as we do a crime scene.
Can you tell us a little bit about that map?
That is, and David probably can better answer it than I, but that is our search patterns, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So with all the assets that we deployed yesterday with the search and rescue teams, the map that's on the screen is basically tracks that were followed. Those are all, the colored lines are all ground tracks of different teams and different assets that were used on the ground, to include the canines, the volunteers, and our own search and rescue team. The circles are going to be representative, if not necessarily perfect, of our air circulation with both our helicopter and our fixed wing aircraft at night, working with the night time cameras. So difficult to see where the house is. This house is basically pretty close to center in that, and then all of the searching that went on throughout the day with those folks out there on the ground.
What this really helps with is our search teams, when they come back and reassess, maybe they've missed an area, we can look at it and say, hey, you know what, this area could use a little more coverage, and so they concentrate again. Our search and rescue team is top notch. They're out every single day. If it's not a lost person, it's a hiker, it's somebody who's wandered away from a care home, whatever it may be. I want to stress to you, and it is really important, Miss Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie, is of great sound mind. This is not a dementia related. She is as sharp as a tack. The family wants everybody to know this isn't somebody who just wandered off.
So Miss Nancy's as sharp as a tack. So you can imagine being startled out of your sleep to wake up. Are you trying to plead with your kidnappers, or does she, are you allowed to talk? What's happening? What's going through her mind? Is Miss Nancy, is she gonna survive, right? She outsmart these dudes. What the hell? Still, she's sharp as a tack. She didn't just wander out into the darkness and get lost in the wash. Well, would y'all have found her if she did?
Her physical limits are based on just age, and we get old, and so it's more physical. But
you just age, and well, you just get old. We understand, sir. She needed assistance to walk. It's not a big deal. We get it. A walker or a cane, so what?
Clearly, she is as sharp as a tack.
Do you have her cell phone, and does that present any tracking potential?
We're looking at that as we speak.
But do you have it, or do you not?
We do have it.
We do have her cell phone, February 2nd, because I'm hearing reports on the internet. Her phone was found in her car. They found the phone in the car when they towed the car. Like, what are y'all saying? No, that's not what was said at the press conference. Or were they lying?
Can you give us a little bit more of a timeline? Because you said she didn't leave on her own. She was last seen at 9:45. She wasn't reported missing until noon. But
I believe what happened there was it at 9:45 in the evening.
Monday. I don't know that someone physically disconnected anything. She left and went out of range, right? Then so the device in her wasn't relaying back to her phone because she's too far from the phone now. That's the way or the Apple Watch. That's the way I understood that to work. But yeah, there's room there for someone close to her doing all this. But then I also got to say, well, she got dropped off at 9:48, 9:50. The garage closes. Did somebody go back at 1:47? Where's his phone during that time frame? Smart car. We got onboard capabilities in the car, like Alex Murdoch. We find out where this car was at all night. There's a lot of. You'd think the FBI would know. The alternate suspect Ashley Banfield speaks of would know every step that person took from the time they dropped her off at that house until the time the report came in that she was gone. Every single thing about that person, every movement. I need your phone. I need your vehicle. They didn't even tow that for a couple days. What the hell's happening here?
Her children left her off. At some time earlier that morning, they got a call from somebody at the church who said,
yes, and thank you for coming in Monday. We do appreciate that. Have to be within certain feet to stay connected. That's what I thought. It's like once you get out of range from it, it no longer is recording what's happening, right? That's our understanding.
hey, your mom's not here. The family went to the house. I'm thinking they spent some time looking for her themselves before they called us. So I'm guessing maybe they got there around 11. So
Why would he guess they got there around 11? Because he knows that 911 came in at 12:03. So he's guessing they got there around 11 because about an hour was spent looking for her. I guarantee you the alleged church call came in about 11. They don't go to Miss Nancy's until 11:56, but yet live 10 minutes down the street. Why? Why? Why it take you an hour to get down to Mama's to do your checkup on her? Why? Calling her on the phone, I still can't get her. I still can't get her. I guess I better go down there. Where's my damn shoes?
Did some searching and realized we need some help, and they called 911.
Do you have any idea what time Nancy would have been taken from the home?
There's a lot of things working there, and I just can't say that right now.
Do you have any idea what time Nancy was taken from the home? There's a lot of things working right there. That was the second. We now know she disconnects from the pacemaker disconnects from the Apple Watch at 2:12. Riley, I understand that he changed it to 11:56 when they got to the home, but they still were notified in approximately an hour before they got to that property. That's what I'm saying. If you listen to what he says in both press conferences, and then there was a phone call from a church member, what time does church put it together, right? Were they notified around 11? She didn't come to church, but they don't come to the house till 11:56. That'd be an hour. Then they call 7 minutes later because now they're in the house and realize, well, she really is gone. I don't know. I'm speculating. Where's my banner? Oh my God. I need a banner. And now we have a crypto wallet that allegedly has nothing in it, and a deadline that's come and gone. No big. It is odd. Well, we heard that okay. So if we back up a little bit, for those of you maybe joining in, we've read a couple of reports now that authorities have put out that you're going to be seeing police activity again back at Miss Nancy's starting tonight. So what are they looking for? And it said more searches because of some new leads. So are we going to see new searches tonight and into tomorrow? It said it tonight and into tomorrow. So we're waiting to see if that happens. A few minutes ago when we checked the feeds, there wasn't any activity outside the house yet. So we're going to keep a check on it, though. So they're apparently going to be going back into the home and doing some more searching around for something.
Are there signs of breaking and entering or any forced entry, anything like
I'm
that?
not, I again don't want to get into that. David, can you see anything here?
At this time, it's like still a very active investigation. There were circumstances on scene that we believe are suspicious in nature, I think is the best way to put it. But we can't really get into a whole lot of details with that.
Suspicious in nature, when they talk about was it forced entry? What was suspicious in nature? A lock tampered with? Or did somebody have a damn key and just walked right in? In Koberger's case, the backslider got left unlocked, apparently, allegedly, and just walks right in. And Miss Nancy I don't know that she's the kind that's going to leave that back door unlocked. I got a feeling she's not. So I wonder what led them, what suspicious things made them think that. Back door was wide open, apparently, somehow.
Do you believe that this was targeted, or they just happened to hit Savannah Guthrie's mom, or if this was just random?
We don't know that. We look at all of that, but we just don't know that.
So they don't know that at this point they're asking, could it be tied to Savannah? And we just don't know that. We don't know that. We still don't know that, right? And all we do know is she's got money. Somebody has her mama, and somebody was asking for money. So that's motive. To me, money's the motive. Whatever. Otherwise, they wouldn't be asking for money. They would just do it to harm her. I'll get you. I'll show you. What? The motive is money, the root of all evil. Just Jesus Christ. Is it hard to understand? But is it a real kidnapping, or was it a hoax by somebody thinking, take eyes off me? But wouldn't that be easy to figure out?
Do they have cameras at the home?
They do, and we're looking through some of that.
Do they have cameras at the home? They do, and we're looking through some of that. Hey, Kentucky Lucky.
Yeah. They need to quit this banter of every time law enforcement leaders come to you for a need, that you give up these ridiculous remarks about how it's going to be misused.
Stop this banter about when law enforcement comes to you needing help or whatever, and he's going to go into this spill about AI, how we think AI and videos are bad or some shit. I don't know what.
Is a bad, evil word. The cameras are very bad and evil. I'm tired of that. Those tools in the right hands with the right minds and the right approaches are extremely valuable to solving crimes just like this.
He's tired of us saying, we don't want your AI and your big brother cameras watching us. He's like, oh, in the right hands, these tools are valuable. Yeah, Savannah talked about that AI shit and needing proof of life.
We need that. We need more staffing. We need a lot of things. Thank you so much. I apologize for being late. I apologize for my political rhetoric of the Board of Supervisors or the City Council. I just
see my rhetoric with the city councilors or the Board of Supervisors. We're like, what, dude? You got beef with them people? Why? Oh, we read about it in the article. They got beef with you.
Get so frustrated and we just can't do this job without their support. We don't need.
So are they not supporting him right now, and he's so frustrated he can't do his job because they're not supporting me right now? Because take it, God, Lord, sit down. No wonder Miss Nancy ain't been found. You mucked it up from the get-go.
Political statements from the dais and mumbo jumbo. We need them to listen to their law enforcement leaders and really pay attention to the fact that we understand that there's a great potential for abuses in today's world with the technology that's available to us. But you have to, at some point in time, have some faith and trust in your leadership in the law enforcement community to know and understand that we too were elected here to provide a service to our community. I can't think of a community in this planet that wouldn't tell you, number one is public safety. Everybody just wants to be able to know that they can go outside and enjoy their community and come home and be safe at night in their rooms, sleep in bed. And this lady wasn't able to accomplish that. That's a sad statement. We need her back. We need to.
It is sad. What I've seen since she disappeared has been sad.
Find her. And time is very critical. She's 84. She needs her meds. Her family needs her too. Thank you so much for being here.
All right. That was the end of it. It was just some highlights from that first press conference. It's crazy. That is the one of the detectives that was in the background. I forgot his name. Yes, Riley, he was at the basketball game, right? When everybody else was watching Savannah's video, wondering what the hell's happening again. All right, let me see what's going on. Any new tweets out there, Butterfly? Rach? Anything going on? I know that Enton had a video, but it was probably, oh, it looks like his thumbnail's got Nick Reiner. Oh, we got some Reiner and stuff happening. We haven't heard anything new about the Nick Reiner case in a while. And then Nancy dropped that thing about Koberger. All right, it looks like they're just chilling outside still. Like there's one cop there in front of Nancy's house, the same one, I assume, same cop car, security. People walking around and reporters. So there may be something to report on in the morning by the time morning happens about what any activity they do have it end up having tonight. Let me troll Twitter for a second and see if there's any new reports there, because they're coming pretty fast there. I think he did say David, but he's one of the investigators. What happens on live TV? Somebody posted, oh man, grain of salt social media. Who is this person? Savannah Guthrie's name comes up on NBC, and one word makes the moment turn disturbing. NBC is talking about Savannah Guthrie. Mary Carrillo is filling in for her. Then it happens. On live TV, she described Guthrie's family with one word: Legion. Not normal, not casual, not a word people just accidentally choose. Legion. Are they making? Oh, is this a conspiracy theorist account I'm looking at? I don't know what's happening. Let me see what this is. Oh. We know here in the U.S. that her extended family is Legion. I don't even know who that lady is. Somebody's making a big deal about that. Like, we're not. We're not. Stop it. Lord. See? Got to be careful out there. Yep, nothing else from Enton except for that, FBI is going to be back. Made the comments about no suspects. So that's what we do know. FBI's come out. No suspects, no persons of interest, no car of interest, vehicle of interest. We need your help. Savannah's come out. We need your help. Yeah, that's what it said, Happy. It was a tweet. It was the lady who's filling in, whoever this reporter is filling in for Savannah over at the Olympics, apparently. And it was a clip of something she said, thinking about, apparently she called them Legion. I don't know if she meant, who knows what the lady meant. That's what I mean. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. No. I do enough of that in Delphi. Thank you very much. I'm not. I don't know why the lady would say it. Let me just put it this way. It looked like she might have knocked a few back, so I don't know if I trust her words. I'll just say that right off the bat. I would have to go deep dive that whole conversation and not a blurb I saw on X, right? Because I'm like, wait a minute, is all her words weird or is just this one word, right? I don't know. She's a former tennis player and announcer, Forrest. Okay, that's who that is. Yeah, she says the family is a legion. Maybe, certainly she didn't mean legend. I don't know. Y'all makes my brain hurt. It could mean anything. Who knows? I don't know this Mary. Who is she for us? I don't know her I don't know Mary like that. I don't know how Mary uses her words. I don't know her baseline. I don't know if she knocks a few back before the show. I don't know. There could be a lot going on there that I don't know about. I always have questions. Even when I see a reputable news place or even a stream I'm watching or talk about something that gets my attention, I have to go see if I can find more about that, right? Because not that I don't trust people, I need to see too, especially if I try to bring it here. I need to go see if I can find it, right? Is this real or not? I don't know the backstory, so. Riley, where's Snoop Dogg got commentary at? I could get down with some Snoop Dogg commentary. He's got this cool song out with Zach Brown band. Let that motherfucker run. Don't go slobbering on my shit. It cracks me up. The video is hysterical. But I didn't know he was out there doing some. I haven't watched any of the Olympics, y'all. I haven't. I've been too busy keeping up with updates with Miss Nancy and everything. Well, I saw a little bit of a headline, and that girl that skis, she fell and broke something. Like, didn't she get hurt like right before the Olympics, and then she got hurt when the Olympics started? She got hurt again. Like, girl, it might be time to give it up. I don't know what happened there. Crashed or something. Let me catch up with chat. I'm starting to yawn. Ugh. Snoop Dogg is cool. Did y'all ever watch him when he was on that show with Martha Stewart? Like, what are you two doing? I had to go be nosy and check it out. Like, what is Martha doing? What's Snoop doing, right? That shit was comical. Oh, nice, Pammy. I can that's probably a lot to orchestrate, the planning of it all. Getting your tickets, where you'd stay, all the things. I guess you got to choose what events you go to and things like that. She broke her leg. Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. Forrest has got the deets too. Oh, Snoop was wearing Lindsay's shirt. That's cool. But she's like 41 now. I didn't know. Was she not, oh, you were watching it live, Hawkeyes. Like, did she just return to skiing recently? Like, I don't know. Has she been retired for a while or something? That's crazy. Well, hopefully she'll be okay. Nobody wants to see people injured, right? Yeah, so Enton did drop a new video. I don't want to play his video here on the same night he drops it, guys. We need to go over there and watch it for sure. And let me check my messages real quick. Oh, okay. I already got that. Yeah. So all there is tonight is to pray, I guess, and continue to have hope that these cops can figure something out. It's ridiculous that they're coming out with these weird statements tonight about we need your help. Savannah's come out with we need your help. FBI says we need your help. With what exactly? Y'all convinced somebody out there knows something that's going to trigger who this person could be. So is it an elaborate group of people, a sophisticated individual, or a few people working together, or is it a hoax? My brain is an overload trying to figure it out anymore, right? They certainly can't seem to figure it out. All we can do is sit here and piece together timelines that they've dropped for us and certain information and sources we've heard from and deciphering what we can from news reports and may or may not have talked to people. I've been trying to pay attention to a lot, like I said in the beginning, a lot of the local news stations there are where I like to go and view things and watch their updates as well. But I didn't see any a few minutes ago. Oh goodness. They had some graphic content on that channel. Yes, they're like, I don't see any live feeds. I haven't checked the websites. A lot of times their websites, um, I know Fox News Digital had a live feed going for a while and you could watch their drone. They may deploy drones tonight. And if they do, we'll get, footage from that overnight as well. That's all we can do is wait for updates and just knowing that this damn deadline is come and gone. They don't seem to know anything, coming out with these weird "y'all help us" statements. Of course, most good-hearted people are going to want to help if they can think of anything. Could you imagine sitting at your house and maybe living in the area and going, well, my son's weird friend or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they expect at this point, right? It's a hard call. I guess any little thing that even people think that's not valuable could be valuable. And you'd think that by now, if they did get other biological evidence from within that home, if the perpetrator got injured themselves and left blood behind, they would have a profile enough to run through CODIS. But you have to be a criminal to be in CODIS. So if your perpetrator's not a criminal, they're not going to be in CODIS. That's why you do IGG. Hint, Brian Kohberger was not going to be in CODIS. You know why? Because he wasn't a criminal. So they got the profile, but you can't run it. You go run it through CODIS all you want, but you're not going to get a hit because he's not a criminal. So, the DNA may or may not yield anything at all. Like the FBI was asked about it in the second press conference, would y'all be using IGG? He's like, well, they're handling the DNA, but if it becomes available and we were needed, we would do it. Certainly would, because y'all are not afraid to say it anymore. You said it at the press conference after Kohberger pled guilty. You're like, yeah, we did that. Move along. Hey, true crime fangirl. Oh, Hawkeyes, thank you very, very much. Coming in again with another super sticker. Or super chat? See, I always get them confused. I don't know what to call it. So they took y'all's wrenches away and gave y'all little badges. Thank you, Hawkeyes. And thank y'all for coming in. And I try. I guess this case has been tiring and trying, right? Not just for me, for all of y'all. But, and I've been trying to keep up with the updates as best as possible and keep track of what's real and what isn't, what's speculation, what isn't, and we're fine with talking about speculation, but as long as we know we're speculating. So we'll have to keep an eye on things, how that unfolds, guys, and try to figure out if family member did something, where's their misstep that's going to get them caught. And if they didn't do it, why hasn't the kidnapper reached back out? Because Miss Nancy suffered during this process and you can't return her, so you just took off instead. That's where I'm sitting right now, unfortunately. Oh, good Lord. Guys, this is so much. Oh, I don't know, Hawkeyes. I didn't look. When I had the chat pulled up on the PC a little bit ago, I didn't even notice if they had a wrench or a badge. I just started noticing those things, I think, like yesterday. I don't even know. Forrest is on PC and he's got a shield. I'm on the phone looking and I see shields. So it may not be for everybody yet, right? Maybe just something they're changing and it's coming around slowly. We know darn good and well YouTube is crazy when they do start doing things. When they start tweaking the the handles, you know what I mean? Tweaking the settings, they always screw up something. You are Sparta, Riley says. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thanks for taking part in the poll when you came in. If anything pops off tonight, I don't care if even if it's late, like breaking news, an arrest, find Miss Nancy, I will go live with that when it happens. Otherwise, I'll be back in the morning with whatever updates become available overnight, right? I will probably be live by no later than 10 a.m. in the morning with updates. So y'all make sure you turn on your notifications and stay tuned, because like I said, if there is breaking news tonight, like if an arrest happens, if we find Miss Nancy, we will definitely go live immediately or within minutes as soon as I get it together, right? So mods, if you're awake late, I know y'all will be. I don't know why I'm even saying that. So yeah, the team and I will try to be up and bring you anything that happens before it gets super late, if they don't, as to whatever happens. But y'all know where to go. Look for your updates. Go to Twitter. Follow Brian Enton. If you want to see that live feed for yourself and see what's going on, troll on over there to JLR's and take a look, because it's the one place we can get a live feed. And that's not the first time that's happened. I've had to go view his live feeds before, but I'll take what I can get when I need to see it, right? I'm not going to hate on him while he's showing me the live feed. I'll just shush him. Shh. I can silence him, and then I can watch. I just need to see what's happening anyway. I don't need to hear the commentary. All right. Well, y'all go have a good night, and thank y'all for coming in for sure. If we need to come back, we certainly will. Otherwise, I'll be back in the morning with a good update for you guys. Until then, y'all be safe. Get some sleep tonight if you can. Prayers for Miss Nancy. Prayers for her family. You know, this cannot be easy. Oh, Riley, no. Say it ain't so. Did he get enough money for his ticket? Shit. Are you kidding me? People gave him enough money to get a ticket to go. Wow. Huh. I know a lot of things. People still trying to tell me what's happening down there in Idaho. I'm like, I already know. Move along. I already know. Move along. Damn it, man. Yeah, he was going to try to go, Butterfly. Needed to drum up some money to get there. I reckon he got it. What will we do without it? My God. So I guess you could go there and watch the live feed too. Make sure you silent it if you do. Holy shit. Who do you go give that view to, JLR or Dolly? Ugh. Damn it, JLR. I'll just put him on silent. Thank you, Hawkeyes. Absolutely. We appreciate my mods. They absolutely rock. They're wonderful. They're good friends. They're fabulous community members. That's how I met my mods. We were friends in the community, right? And just hit it off. And when I started the channel, I reached out and asked them, will you be a mod? And here we are. So it's worked out beautifully. They do a lot for me. They really do. They do a lot for the chat when I'm busy reading documents or running my mouth. You know, they keep an eye on things for us and trying to keep me straight at the same time. All right, guys, well, that's enough said. I'm going to go grab some dinner and chill for a bit and see if we can get any updates, and then we'll come back. Like I said, breaking news, we'll come back. Otherwise, we'll be back in the morning. Tucson, give it to Tucson. Lord. Right, Riley, he will walk off and just leave it there. And like we were saying earlier, if you listen, you can hear some pretty juicy conversations happening in the background with the other media personalities that are there. Like, it's legit. You're like, what'd they just say? I don't guess they realize JLR's got his mic on when he's walking around helloing to everybody. People trying to get him, offering him water and some meals, which is nice of people. Honestly, every time he goes somewhere like that and does those streams, people are always coming to see him and offering to give him food and shelter and meals, inviting him to you can come to the house and stay even, they'll say. There you go. Butterfly just dropped the link to JLR's channel. Oh, wait. Oh, this channel has been restreaming JLR Tucson. So Tucson, 857 Tucson. He used to pop in here every now and then. Normally he streams first appearances in Tucson, right? And he also been streaming police chatter, radio chatter, right, with the cops, what do you recall it? Anyway, so he is also streaming JLR stream, so you can go give Tucson the view, okay? Watch it at Tucson's. Yeah. Somebody was shushing Brian earlier when he was talking? Okay. Well, we can all go be nosy and listen in on that live stream that JLR leaves up and listen to the background noise and see what we can come up with. All right. Y'all go have a good night, and prayers for Miss Nancy. I'll see you back here if I need to tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you back in the morning. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe.